Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of the Just Board podcast. Today, I'm joined by my two guests. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, everybody. I'm Trip C, Christian, Felipe.
I'm Aliosha. Go by the same artist name.
All right, guys. So I want to talk first. Let's get into how both of you got into music and your inspirations, and then I'll get into some questions about your music in particular.
Sounds good. You want to go first?
You can go ahead.
So when I was young, really young, I wrote poems and stuff. And I feel like the natural progression of that, especially like listening to rap music as you get older and stuff, was getting into rap. When I got to Kinloch, the middle school I went to, I met Lou, another artist that we make music with a lot. And he had been rapping, my cousin had been rapping, like everyone in middle school rapped. So I just started rapping too, and I was complete garbage. But thankfully Lou was a liar. And he would tell me like, yo, that shit was fire, bro. And I was like, thank you, man. Thank you, Lou. And I kept going until eventually like the shit did become fire. So, through that, there's been a lot of quitting, getting back in, quitting, getting back in, like 100 times. So we've been making music at this point for over 10 years, like recording, not even just writing shit down. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it really has been about that time. I mean, I've been writing probably, I started when I was like, I don't know, writing like 11, 12 or something like that. I remember recording for the first time in like 6th grade with a Rock Band mic into the freaking computer.
That's trash.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was absolute garbage. I put that shit on MySpace. During that time, there was another person that I rap with. And
what was the name of your group that you guys rapped together with?
I'm not giving Nardwar the satisfaction. You'll have to find dig that one out. Yeah, the rap name sucked. But yeah, so I mean, we've been writing for that long and just recording. Yeah, like he mentioned, a bunch of quitting, a bunch of going back in. But like, it's always kind of been the one goal that like keeps coming back, right? Or like this one thing that's like a hunger never went away. So we've just been kind of getting back into it now. Well, we started again a year ago.
Last September.
It's just stocking up a bunch of songs.
Yeah, like in our we have a little Discord where we stockpile all the music between me, him, and Lou.
Yeah.
And in that Discord, not even including shit that's already released.
Like 200 tracks?
At least.
Like between all three of us?
Between the three of us. And that's like shit that's not out. Like just shit.
Yeah.
And that's in the past year.
There's $1 million in there.
Yeah.
There has to be.
More than $1 million.
Yeah.
Actually, going into that $1 million, is that to produce and like make the song?
What do you mean?
Like, is there $1 million and do you mean like
no? It's gonna be profit.
I mean like profit.
Oh,
That's
profit.
okay.
We're gonna make.
I appreciate it.
There's an investment in there waiting to get fucking to shoot up.
Right.
No, we've been recording and Chris has been mixing basically.
Yeah,
everything.
We used to always we went through phases of either Lou when we first started was mixing our shit terribly. We had another producer at the time who was mixing our stuff that he moved away, so it just wasn't convenient anymore. And then I realized you have to pay a good amount of money to get your shit mixed, and if I can mix it ourselves, then there's no limit. Because we used to go to the studio with the mindset of like, whatever I'm recording today, I'm about to spend 150 on, not even including the beat, just like for the studio session. So you didn't want to take risks. You didn't want to experiment. You were playing it safe because you're like, I just spent $150 on this, you know? Like so now that I'm mixing it, he can go in the fucking lab and like literally he sends me sometimes like just freestyle mumbo jumbo. Like he's like, but the vibe's there, right? And I'm like, yeah, the vibe's there. Like we put the mix on that, and
yeah,
it saved us. I mean,
it's easier to get like an idea out when you could just do it yourself rather than like having to go to the studio. And like you don't want, if you're paying for the time, you don't want to waste time trying different things, or just like the creativity doesn't flow as naturally.
Not to mention, if you don't have the comfortability like with the person you're recording with,
to just like eat shit.
Yeah, like because some of the shit, like if you hear some of like our roughs that exist and some of the my high pitched takes, like if you hear like the dry vocals not mixed of some of the shit we do, like it's embarrassing almost, but it comes out like fire. But everything we've put out recently, I've mixed, and I'm not a professional at it by any means, but you know we're learning. So
pretty good at it, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So with the two of you being like good friends and everything, how does that like impact you guys creatively? Like when you guys are in there? Because I know I heard you talk about it motivates you. You guys compete against each other. You talk about it in Alliance podcast. Shout out Alliance Tell 'em podcast.
Shout out Alliance.
Go like, comment, subscribe, all that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
So, you know, like, how is it? Because, you know, I'm not an artist. I don't make rap music. Retired rapper.
Yeah.
We can talk about that some other day.
Oh, I want to hear about that. Yeah.
But
Yeah, you don't want to throw that beat on so he can.
listen, no, we're good.
Yeah.
But, like, just the two of you together, like, how does that work when you guys are in the studio? Like, do you guys just bounce off each other, basically, like, the energy?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been physically in the studio. Well, actually, no, we did it at your house, right?
Not as much as we used to.
But not as much as we used to.
Or just making music together, I guess. would be
Yeah.
the
I mean,
general.
we used to be like a duo, right? Like in a duo group. And we started out, when was that? Like 2014? Until
Before that. No, like 2013, 2014, yeah.
Until like 2017. And then we kind of took like breaks and went separate ways. But yeah, I mean, it worked. In the beginning, it worked well because I'd be like, oh, perfect. I only have to write one verse.
Yeah.
I don't even need to write two. So like one of us has a hook or something and then get the other verse and you're done.
Yeah.
But it's easier to like bounce off, obviously, when you have that like friendship and connection and whatnot. But like you said, like inspirationally, like if someone comes in with some crazy shit, that would happen a lot with Lou. He would come in with like the fucking fire. And then I'd be like, why do I even do this? And then this guy would like rap and he'd do something crazy. And then I'd be like, all right, I have to try. And then I would inspire Lou again, even though he didn't need inspiration because he's a monster.
Yeah, he is a monster. But yeah, it's just to piggyback on that. It's cool for a million reasons. Like for one, like because we're comfortable with each other and because we're boys, we know that if there's any critique, it's not coming from a place of hate. Like I don't think your shit's whack. I obviously don't think your shit's whack. I've been rapping with him for fucking 10 years. But like if I don't like the way a line is hitting or I don't like something in a rap, I'm gonna just be like, yo, straight up, that's not it. And he's not gonna get like, there's no second thought in your head like, is he just saying that because he doesn't fuck with me? Like, you know, it's because I fuck with you that I'm saying that. Yeah. But besides that, yeah, like the inspiration is crazy. It's awesome. It's like a competition between ourselves and not even competition, but we're just pushing each other. Like I know if Lou or him hasn't recorded in a minute, if I come through and I drop like 4 or 5 like verses in the server and they hear it, they're gonna get hyped. And then one of them's gonna drop like 3 or 4. And then the other one's gonna drop 3 or 4. And then I'm be like, fuck, I gotta get back in the lab now. Like we're constantly pushing the envelope to the point where the shit that we have like not released, I don't even know if it's good or not, but it's not it's not like anything else. And it's because like I did something a little weird. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go a little weirder than that. And then Lou's like, oh, y'all wanna go weird? And then the next thing you know, we're like fucking making Spanish songs. And like, but it's,
we is too many people.
Yeah, not me. But
yeah,
it's awesome, man. And being a duo was, I mean, we still have shit that we work on together. We just both wanted to like explore making music as a single artist as well.
I still write one verse. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I still the formula.
I cut the song short. Fuck it.
But yeah, it's awesome, man. I couldn't ask for like a better pair of people to be like getting pushed by and be working with.
Actually, that was going to be my next question. Is that because you're in advertising? I thought that was because I put it together. You guys have short music because you're in advertising and you know the attention span of people. I thought that's why you guys have, because your music is much shorter.
It's because I'm trash. I can't write a second verse.
I'm
kidding.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm
but
kidding.
I wouldn't. That's definitely in our mind, but that's not the main. That's not the reason we do it. It's a mixture. It's definitely because it's easier.
I wish that it wasn't like that because I grew up listening to
like Eminem,
10-minute song or 7-minute songs, 10-minute songs. Like
Eminem
I love
always had the reverses.
Eminem, Metallica, anything, right?
Yeah.
Anything that was like mad long, I loved it, and it had like different transitions and like changes in the middle of it, and that's what like kept it pushing. But yeah, now the thing is, there's so much music and like such ease and to like release it, so like people are just like bombarded constantly with all this information, and it's like to catch their attention, you might need something that's like short and sweet.
Yeah, especially as it's different if Drake or Kanye ask you to listen to a 6-minute song. Yeah, because there's a certain level of expectation. There's a floor that they've set. Like the worst Drake song is only this bad. The worst Kanye song is only this bad. Yeah. You know, no one or not a lot of people know us. So if I'm like, yo, check out this new song I put out, it's 7.5 minutes, but the third verse goes really hard. Yeah, like that's a lot of me to ask of you. But if I'm like, yo, I put out this 2-minute track and it's a banger, you know, 2 minutes is 2 minutes.
Yeah, you got to work your way to be able for someone to like listen to you that long. I think.
Yeah,
So
and
I guess it was same for anything, like a movie or like anything. Like no one's just gonna watch or like listen to your thing without knowing if it's that long.
Yeah.
I mean, music is different. Like podcasts, people would listen to obviously because it's long and it's meant for that.
I also think I use this comparison talking to Lou the other day. With music, sometimes like I think of it like to compare it to something else that you're treating yourself with. I think of it like as a food, and different songs are different kinds of food. You know, some songs are just meant to be a fucking tart. You don't want to have a 10-pound tart. You just want a bite of a tart. You know, like a small. Some songs are meant to be a fucking filet mignon, and that's like a fucking experience to dig into. But to try to treat every song like it's a filet mignon, or to treat every song like it needs to last you this long time, like that's not necessarily true. Sometimes you go in, you set the vibe, and there's nothing left to be said on that track.
Yeah.
Don't force it. You know, with both of us, with all of us, like I write as much as I can write when I get to a song. Like I'm not writing like I need to write a 16, pretty much ever. I just write, and if the words come, and if they don't, that's where I'm cutting it. You know, I'm not stressing over like, damn, I wrote an 18 on this one. I need to cut 2 bars. Like sometimes, yeah, for like beat purposes, but for the most part, we just write it how it comes to us, you know?
Sounds good. So talk to me. I found this. Now, mind you, I only had like 12 hours of digging, right?
No,
I could have probably done a little bit better. The Bad Mood Collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a group? No.
Is.
Or is?
More than a group.
It's like a rebranding that we're working on.
Yeah, working on it.
We've gone through so many names.
Yeah.
Like as like the duo thing I was telling you about, but we figured like now we just want to step away from like a duo and making it a collective, like you said, so it could be like an umbrella.
Yeah.
And have things that fall under that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to say it's a group because it's not like me and Ali are Bad Mood. It's not like me, Lou, and Aliosha are Bad Mood. In fact, like some people that we've met through Never Ending Mixtape, shout out Never Ending Mixtape, like people from different states that we work with now, like I consider them Bad Mood, you know, and it's not because like only us are ever going to be Bad Mood. It's just, you know, it's like
an odd
It's like an identity.
Yeah.
The collective of Bad Mood.
collective, yeah,
exactly.
you know. So yeah, that's just we're still working on that. It's definitely, you know, we haven't even really like announced that ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're a good
I'm
digger.
sorry.
You're a
No,
good digger.
it's cool. It's fine. It's
Well,
up. It's
okay, because
online.
that's gonna
Yeah.
lead me to some of the.
It's up.
All right, so I have a question for Aliosha, and it has to do with your music because I noticed a drastic change in your music. I listened to the old project. We out here. Hold up.
I'm really interested in this.
Snakes in the Garden of Eden.
Oh yeah.
I listened to that project. Like I noticed that project. Wait, I guess then we'll promote your albums now then. So Snakes in the Garden of Eden and Nothing Was Given, I noticed was like sonically different. Is there a reason specifically? Like it almost feels like as an artist you were in a different place. Am I right, or were you just
No, for sure. I mean, like maturity wise, life wise.
He was a wild boy in that little 2-pack.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just there was a lot of medicine involved.
Hey,
A lot of bad things, right, going on. Like just like my life was so different. And like when was that? Like 2016.
Yeah.
Like it's been 5 years now since then. I'm in a much better place.
Mentally,
all around.
physically.
Not physically, but all around.
I mean, for your liver, probably, bro. Like,
no, like it almost sounded like legitimately almost sounded like 2 different artists.
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense of like,
The
I think
beats-
even your wordplay and everything like now is even like
It's completely
everything
different.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it on purpose though, which is kind of crazy. Like it just like you said, like it's just like you turn on a beat and like however it makes me feel is what I draw. We actually were talking about this yesterday, and I was like, I have stepped away not so far, but I've stepped away from like writing specifically like things about like my life and like things like that to like now trying to just make like a vibe or like a structurally like a song that's structurally different. I don't know. It's been a minute since then, but it is, in my opinion, better now.
yeah.
But even then, like those things from Nothing Was Given, like my next tape sounds nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like I just have so many different things that I'm working on. And eventually want to work towards maybe releasing the Spanish thing he was talking about.
Yeah.
We'll see. I've never tried it, but I just made a song or made 3 tracks like last week or 2 weeks ago in Spanish, and
Yeah, they're fire.
they came out good. So it's just like maybe I just try that. I don't know. We have rock songs made.
Yeah,
we have
do.
pop songs, a bunch of random shit, you know?
That's awesome.
For the both of us, and I think that comes from, I mean, just from who we are and also just from our inspirations. Like a lot of my favorite artists don't sound the same from album to album. You know, like Kanye has grown so much from when he released Graduation, and not necessarily saying grown in the sense that Graduation's bad, but just he's not who he was back then, you know?
No, of course.
Tyler is fucking spectacular, and he's changed so many times. I mean, all the best they have to. And so that's just like, I'm not going to pocket myself into what I was doing in 2016. Yeah. Also because I can't even rap, or we can't even rap like we did then. Like I was just in a it
was just a different mind state, like altogether.
I couldn't even find like the year. I was looking for the year because I was gonna put the picture up.
Oh,
that's what I was gonna have, but I was like,
it was either 2015 or 2016, but it was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, five years ago.
Yeah.
And, okay, so before I ask why 2021, I have a question about your project because I do notice you changed one of your projects.
Yeah.
So you released Ghost Stories originally as Everything Looks the Same.
Yeah.
Right? And you also took like some tracks out and put some new tracks in. What was the like creative process between? Because like there's one difference between releasing something and then releasing a deluxe version. You chose to kind of like take the same like concept art, rebrand it, and like, you know, release some more music. Like, what was the thought process behind that?
Yeah. So Everything Looks the Same. I never finished it. Like what exists out there is like an almost finished version of an idea I had, again, very long time ago. And when I was after I put out Still Trippin', which was my first tape I dropped this year, I wanted to re-release those songs and put them on streaming just because I feel like on SoundCloud it almost doesn't exist. So at first I was just going to do it word for word, exactly what it was. And then I was like thinking about it, and some of those songs, like one of the songs that's on there that's only on SoundCloud and not on Apple is like Lord Forgive Me. And that song's like really jam-packed with like some deep shit. And I couldn't go back to that mind state to finish maybe where that track would have led, you know? And I still wanted some of the tracks that were on there to exist. So I took out some of the ones that were a little bit more real, that felt more like what Everything Looks the Same is, and stayed. And part of why I named it Ghost Stories, because part of it feels like another life. Like, and I mean that sincerely. Like when I think about the shit that I was doing when I was writing those songs, I'm not that guy. I don't know that guy. Like I know him because I was him, but like I wouldn't be boys with that guy right now, probably. And like, I don't know. So, and then the two new tracks partly was just because I felt guilty just re-releasing shit and not coming out with something new. But I did try to put myself in that mind state and release stuff that fit the vibe of it. And Ghost Stories is just a tale from a person that's not here anymore, you know? Like,
okay, see, because I knew there was something behind it, and I wanted to get the story. I knew it was some dope shit. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah,
I'm NFT that one day.
We have some different personas.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I've noticed that. No, for sure. For sure with the Boogeyman. I know that too.
Yeah, I sent
so
him.
Why
an evolution of
Ghost? Yeah.
Why 2021? Like I feel like the two of you have taken an extra push in music. Like why is 2021 the year?
Every year is the year.
Every year's been the year since 2015.
Yeah, but
every year I'm like, yo, this is the year.
Well, at least I find now, like when you go to the Apple Music, all I can find was 2021.
Yeah. So
we were working in SoundCloud during that time.
Yeah.
So for me, and partly for us, because like we all like quit and restart always at the same times. Like it's never just one of us working. If one of us, that's how you know the inspiration shit we're just talking about is true. Like we could all not be making music. Like it had been years, and then I drop a song, and then they're like, maybe I'll get back in the studio. Yeah. But we kind of, when we were going hard on it before like 2016, 2017 time, we were all going through different shit in our lives. I was finishing college, which like I needed to do. You were finishing school, getting your shit together with work. Lou was starting school. Yeah.
I just finished it last week.
Yeah. Which congratulations,
shout out
by the way.
Thank you.
Lou, I think Lou was just fucking figuring out everything in his life at the time.
Yeah.
So we all like stopped for personal reasons, but not necessarily because we felt like we were putting a nail in it. Like we just had to stop. Then
I mean, this was before now. I mean, like we didn't have real jobs, we didn't have school or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, so it was just hard to pay for. It just didn't seem feasible at the time, and I was living at home, and it's not like I could have been recording at home like the way I am now when I was living with my parents. So 2020, we both moved out. I mean, you had moved out previously to that, but like moved out. 2020 again, and we had the space, we had the freedom, we had, to be frank, working from home with COVID, and I'm locked in my house. And like we said, like it's music just comes to us naturally. So it was just one of those things where like, and I almost didn't want to start again. I was like, I don't know.
He's gonna thank me 2 years from now. Like, yo, I have this house because of you.
Yeah, hopefully.
I had to push him. I had to bamboozle him.
You did.
By which you didn't know that? I thought you knew.
No.
I bamboozled him by telling him, yo, why don't we start a podcast? Because I had asked him about music, like, yo, do you want to get back in? And he was like, nah, I don't know. I don't have anything to write about anymore. I'm not in that space. And I was like, dude, I know you can tap into that. Like, we need to get back into it. He was like, nah, I'm not interested in doing that. Maybe you guys can. I was like, all right, whatever. And then I told him, yo, let's do a podcast. He's like, all right. So we bought all the equipment, which you can use to record music.
Yeah.
And then, like, we did 10 episodes. And I was like, yo, I don't want to do a podcast anymore.
And then, the music.
We've been doing music.
But, yeah, which is weirdly enough, right after, like, the first songs I made after that, yo, I can't really get into that anymore. Like, there's nothing I can write about. The first song, or probably the third, to be honest, the third song I made coming back from that was Boogeyman Part 1. Like,
For real?
Yeah. That was one of the first songs I made coming back into that. Because I didn't feel like I had anything to rap about in my life anymore, like current. So I'm like, let me try to take myself back mentally to like a whole different space, a whole different mood, a whole different vibe, and write some fucking weird shit. And that was one of the first songs that came to me. And some of the older tracks that are on Boogeyman, like Boogeyman Part 1, Part 2, I think those are the only ones that have survived from those sessions early back then. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just started storing them up. And then, Lord be told, fucking right after that, this guy started recording, Lou started recording, and the snowball started rolling. And then that and us just feeling like, man, we never gave it a proper shot. A lot of the music that we made when we were going hard in like 2016 never got released.
Literally. And
it just would have been a shame if we didn't give it a chance. And at the end of the day, like, we love making music, bro. Like, I'm
gonna make it regardless.
Yeah.
like music. I'm gonna make music regardless.
Yeah, like,
it's just like it's a way of like expressing, and like it's like I can do it. Like, people like playing ball, they go play ball.
Yeah, but I love making music. I was talking to this with my girl Jess about, and it's cool. The music serves as like a time capsule almost for me, and it's like the cooler version of a diary where like I'll re-listen to some shit, like some of my old shit, and like hear it, and like it's like listening to a different time, a different world, like hearing this guy and the shit, and like remembering what inspired me to write some of those lyrics. And I'm like, fuck, like,
yeah,
I didn't remember that, or I didn't like acknowledge that, like, and just thinking about,
I've shocked myself, like listening to like old stuff. I'm like, damn, I really said that. Like, where was I?
Yeah, man. So it's cool for that sense too, and like when they're older, but like I think about too when I have kids, like it'll be cool for them to hear it. Like, I don't know, like yeah, you know, your dad did this, like check this out. I won't show it to them until like of age, especially like not Boogeyman.
But so you gave him all the Boogeyman you heard?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
I got the whole experience.
That's dope.
But yeah, man. Realistically, 2021 was the warm up, bro. 2022 is the year.
Yeah.
That's
when 2020 we started again. So it's like
it's been a
year and a half plot.
Yeah, because once you start posting, once you start doing EPs, that's when I feel like you're at it. Like when you're making music and if you're not dropping shit, you're not doing, like, that's how I feel when I'm just writing outlines, dropping podcasts, you're not doing shit. But I want to add, whose project do we want to get into first?
Either one.
You can go with him first. You drop first.
Bet. So Nothing Was
recently.
Given. Yeah, October 29th, Nothing Was Given was dropped by Aliosha. Now, I have a question. The concept behind the album, and I love the fucking art. Did you take that picture?
No.
Which, like, I need that. That picture is dope.
That picture's crazy.
Yo, yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. It's just like a piece of art. We found it online, but it's not illegal.
No,
it's
not
free
illegal.
to use. Yeah, it's free to use.
It's free to use.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you for putting that in there.
Yeah, it's definitely
free to use. We didn't steal
use.
some guy's art. You know?
No, I didn't steal some guy's art. But yeah, I mean the concept behind it is just that, like, nothing was given. So like everything that we have now and are working towards, it was not handed. This is time and time again that we've continued to try and strive for it. That's how I felt I wanted to approach it. And that's really pretty much just the art though is, and I feel kind of unrelated, but at the same time it comes together because it's kind of like it's sort of like a prayer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like nothing was given. It's almost like even in the darkest time, you found the light.
Yeah.
Was given.
And it's I feel like as much as you could pray for something or hope for something or whatever you believe, like as long manifest something, at the end of the day, nothing's given. You got to put in the fucking work, you know? Mm-hmm. And I feel like I get that vibe from the image too. Like it just feels like
it just feels like like doves flying and like the sunlight.
And the songs
hitting.
are kind of epic in a sense too, like especially just to kick off the fucking EP.
So what was the hardest song to make, and what was the most fun song to make?
on there.
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
on that.
Damn. Not mixing wise, just making it.
Making. Not
Like
mixing.
just in general, like which one did you just go? Like you were like, yo, when you finish it, you were like
Foreign.
foreign.
Yeah. That's,
Hardest or most fun?
no, that was the most fun for me to make.
Oh, okay, yeah. Foreign that was a pretty lit song.
Foreign was the most fun for me.
Yeah.
The hardest song was freaking the first song, man.
Never
Fold. Dude, it was so hard to catch that first drop, man. It was so obnoxious. I kept having to try and like get it correct, and then I finally got it. But geez, man.
There's also a lot of rap on
And
that
it,
song.
there's a lot of rap. That one's jam packed. But that's how I kind of want to start off with that. Like, this is where I am right now, and this is the reason I am who I am, and this is where we're going.
It's a hell of a fucking welcome back for
It's
you.
like an
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah, that was a pretty good EP to like drop, like to come out the gate like that.
Strong.
Now we'll get into Boogeyman. Or wait, no, I do actually have one more question.
Got you.
So I didn't write the lyric down because I went to the bathroom. That's why. But I think I have like the basis of it. The basis of the lyric was, I'm gonna put my mom in some Gucci and until my father ain't working.
Yeah.
That was a pretty dope line.
That is.
Yeah.
I love that fucking line. That's one of my favorite.
Yo.
lines.
Preceding the worst line right after.
I played that for my boy in the car, and I'm like, "Did you hear what the fuck he said?" Put my mom in Gucci and until my father ain't working. That's some dope shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know.
I want to put.
I
that
love
Gucci
making
on my
music.
mama.
Yeah. I love making music, but like if I can get paid for making music, and that would be like a blessing, right?
Anime bars, like you did some anime bars in that Eden tape. Yo,
Yeah.
you should bring that back.
We have some of that.
I
stuff.
haven't done. That's what I'm saying. Like
That
the styles
anime-
are so different.
I know the styles, but like just the bars, yo, like you had some nice wordplay with that.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
We also used
No
to watch
problem.
a lot of anime.
I haven't watched some anime in a minute, but I still have some hidden like in the back of my mind. Some of those bars.
Yeah. Wait, but what's the line exactly? I need to hear the line exactly. I'm trying to put this
The
Gucci
anime
on my.
line?
No, I'm trying to put this Gucci on my mama. I'm trying to make sure my father ain't working.
Yeah.
What's the next line?
Nah,
Oh no,
you gotta listen.
we ain't
We're promoting that here.
Apple Music,
That line is
Spotify.
so hard. I remember it now.
Oh man,
That's it. That's it.
Moving to the scarier one, Boogeyman.
Yeah.
So, did you take that picture?
Yeah, it's an old picture. Well, his cousin took that picture of us.
really?
Yeah, that's from those. That's from that photo shoot we did a long ass time
Yeah,
ago.
you didn't
I
have
didn't-
facial hair over there.
I
for
didn't
sure.
notice.
No, and I usually don't have facial hair. I'm just scruffy right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was an old picture. I don't even when.
that I don't know.
Yeah,
No
it's a
clue.
very
bro.
old picture.
Maybe
though.
like
yeah,
2019.
yeah.
So the song selection, you picked some really good songs for this. By
Thank
the way,
you.
I don't know how many did you have in general?
That fit
Actually,
the
for
idea.
you two, I want that question. Like, how many did you have in general? And like when you broke it down, you had 5 at the end. I know.
In general, like how many songs we made, or how many that kind of fit
Like,
that idea.
like, did you have in Boogeyman when you looked at? Because I know you look at a board and you go, okay, this
Oh,
is
okay,
going,
okay.
this is going.
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, what was the board looking like when you were selecting the music?
How was it for Nothing Was Given? You had a lot.
No, I didn't have too many. I had like I may have had the same amount, but I swapped some songs. I never really had all of them and then cut them.
But, like,
I
total-
think total maybe I might have had like 7 or 8,
Oh,
and then I
so it was
trimmed it
pretty-
down to 5.
Yeah, it was pretty because he had other songs that he already knew compartmentalized that were for different tapes that haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, for me for Boogeyman, because like I said, that was Boogeyman. The song was one of the first songs I made since I got back into rapping. Throughout the time that I've been working on Boogeyman, I probably had like 20 songs.
okay.
Probably that fit that idea to an extent.
All right, bet. Because I've seen some crazy numbers. Like, I saw once Kodak put a video. It's like, I don't know which one of these 63 songs. I'm like, 63 songs?
Nah, I mean,
in total, we
in-
probably have that
yeah,
each.
like,
But,
six-
like, for
But
an
they don't
album?
all no
No.
exactly.
Yeah,
So they don't
yeah.
all match the album.
yeah, I'm
Or
like,
a
I have
project,
like, it like in a working state in my mind. Like I have like 2 more solo albums, a trio album, and 2 duo albums. Like
yeah.
organized in my head, not done, but like each of them being like 50% done. But like in total, the songs that fit Boogeyman that I had recorded with the purpose of putting on Boogeyman originally was like, it's probably like 20 around there. And then I cut it down to 7, 8. I don't know. One of them is an intro, so it doesn't really count. But yeah.
Okay. And you dropped 3 singles
Yes.
before. So I'm looking at the wait. You did drop the track list, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Oof, I don't
Yeah.
wanna-
No worries. It
Yo.
drops tomorrow, so
Well, yeah. So when this is out, people are gonna have already heard it.
hopefully, yes.
Man, I want to know about because we don't have a lot of time. But I
Wait,
do
give me
wanna
one
get
fucking
some-
second. If you don't hear it by the time this is out, you better fucking hear that shit, bro.
Hey, it drops at midnight.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
drops
but they
at-
won't hear this.
But Boogeyman will
It
come
don't
for
matter.
you.
You better have heard it already if you're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was for all of you, all girlfriends and everything.
Exactly.
Everybody's got to watch it.
Yeah.
The song that I really like the most that I'm interested in, and is it You the Whole Way? Sinner Symphony.
Oh no. Yeah, I love that song.
See, here's my question: what song is that? Because
That's
like,
the one with 724.
Oh, okay, so there is a feature. All right, yo, because I started hearing the voice, I'm like, did this dude just turn into the Boogeyman?
Oh,
like, did I not catch that?
the reason why I'm asking is because like we have like different names before they're released because like the beat
Oh,
sometimes.
okay,
like,
yeah,
so I don't remember
That
which
one was
one
Soul.
Is that Soul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one. So the first half of that song before the beat switch, I recorded a long time ago.
Yeah.
The first maybe like 16 bars of it. I revisited it. I wrote more, and then I wanted to get a feature from 724, partly because I felt like he could fit the vibe. That's a homie I met that's from New York, and I bro, that song came together. He even says a line on there. The song is sponsored by Adderall, and that's honestly how it felt because I sent him my first section at like 9 a.m, and I'm like, yo, by the way, I have this song. I'd love to have you as a feature. Let me know what you could do. Within 40 minutes, he sent me a beat switch and a verse to the beat switch. And I'm like, okay, I got hype. So I recorded the next verse to the beat switch, sent it back. I'm like, you got more? Boom. Within another like 30 minutes, he sent his last verse. And then like, we've worked on the outro and that song came together. By the time I sent it in for the feature, like within a day, it was like, the song is done. And yeah, it's just fucking trading bars and like getting darker and darker as the song progresses.
I noticed that.
I liked that song, like where it's placed on the album. I feel like you progress into that. Like by the time you get there, you're like reaching kind of a peak of like just fucking craziness.
And that, wait, tomorrow's December 3rd, right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
December 3rd, it'll be dropping. Boogeyman, everybody better go listen to it. And also go listen to Nothing Was Given. Run those streams up.
Facts.
Now, more of a personal artist question. I guess I'm not going to read it out, but when you guys saw your Spotify wrapped up, not your rap list, like what you listen to, what people listen to you,
Yeah.
like what did that make you guys feel? Because like some pretty good numbers for independent artists.
Shout out France
Shout out France, man.
and Finland, apparently.
We're popping over there, dude.
Yeah.
For real?
The
Yeah.
algorithm is crazy.
The algorithm's crazy. I don't know. I have a lot of listeners in Europe.
Crazy.
Yeah. It felt like the beginning, man.
The beginning right now or the beginning before?
No, like it just feels like a new beginning. It felt
It's
good.
a new beginning.
Felt good.
Numbers, to me, they're like
I don't really care, until-
because exactly. Like
Well-
we've hit like similar numbers to that before. I told them we're doing very well for like taking a really long break
and for barely
and
promoting
for
our
barely
shit.
promoting or anything, So
Yeah, so it's cool. It's especially cool. I feel like because a lot of those listens are coming from people we don't know,
yeah.
and when you get your friends to listen to your shit, it's rare that they become your fan because they're your friend first. But when you have random people listening to your shit, they're your fan.
Yeah.
Like if you show your boy my music and he ends up fucking with it and like downloading it, he doesn't know me. I'm not his boy. I'm not his friend. If he refers that song to anybody, he's just gonna say it's an artist he listens to or his boy's boy. But it's just he's just a fan at that point, and that's
Yeah, like their view, like when they're listening to the song, it's not jaded because
Yeah.
they don't know us.
not
So
jaded
if-
or weird or coming from a weird perspective. Like yeah,
not looking into it. It's just like appreciating what it is.
music. Yeah,
The music,
Yeah.
the art for what it is. Okay. How many hours do you guys put into each song?
depends on the song. That's for
depends. Depends on the track.
sure.
Or
Including
no, sorry, that I read that wrong. Fuck. How many hours do you put into your like recording a week?
Oh,
Yeah.
depends on the week, but a lot, man, a lot. We each try to record fucking.
I don't
Like,
even know. I have no clue. I can't even give you a number. We just fucking recording.
there's been some
Can we
weeks.
curse here? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course. Please do.
I've cursed.
I've
many
tried
times.
not to.
There's been some weeks where we're recording and mixing where it's been like a full-time job, bro. Like 30, 40 hours of just straight recording and mixing. Not
Yeah.
straight, but like, you know what I mean? Like throughout the week. Some weeks, nothing. Some weeks I'll take a break and like not record or do anything because I'm burnt from the last
Yeah.
week. But usually always like at the minimum, like 10 hours, I'd say, of just like looking at beats, throwing some vocals down, sending
It's
them
a whole
through.
process. You gotta look
Yeah.
for a beat
No, yeah.
if we don't already have. We like to like stockpile on beats too, and like leave them there for like anybody that wants to go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the beat won't hit you as soon as you hear it. You'll go back like a week later and then hear it like, this makes
Now you
sense
got
now.
something to it.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a whole process. You look for the beat, write, record, and then these guys to mix it.
Yeah. So it's a long process, but we put a lot of time into it. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
How much you charge to mix?
No, I'm him.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't charge doing Aliosha nothing. I charge them a percentage when we blow up. That's all I ask, and that's all we all gonna give. So
That's easy.
yeah.
All right. The never-ending collaboration. I'm really interested in that
Yeah.
because I saw like a while ago that was like a bunch of people from a bunch of states, and I was like, what the fuck?
And countries.
And countries.
In countries?
Yeah.
Bro, Argentina, UK.
Japan.
No, but what the
Yeah, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
So like, what? How did that happen? Like,
So cool, man. Shout out Stu for real. I use Reddit. There was a hip hop head subreddit. There is a hip hop head subreddit. There was a hip hop heads annual freestyle thing they did. I submitted to it for fun, just like fuck around.
mm-hmm.
And then one of the guys who was on there saw that there was some talent like that submitted, and he's like, he put up a post asking anybody on Hip Hop Head to like apply to join this collaborative project. That guy being Stu, asking everyone. I applied. I was on the server for a few days, you know, getting the vibe check, seeing how it would be. I invited Aliosha, invited Lou, and it's really cool because getting into it, it was weird at first because you're wondering. Usually, especially in Miami, a lot of people like that make music aren't necessarily going to be supportive of you. They're going to be fake. They're going to be shady. They're not going to necessarily want to collab or try to help or try to give constructive feedback. And it's been, while there's been a fair share of some like assholes that have joined the server, not even like, honestly, a surprisingly low amount. Like,
Yeah.
It's been mostly like everyone just trying to help each other grow. Fucking 724 I met through there. One of the beats that's on, like the producer of How It Goes, I met through there, Brasco. On my last tape, Still Trippin', or no, on Ghost Stories, I apologize. I have Vision on there. He's from there. It's been a great process. The music, we've dropped two albums and 2 or 3 EPs. There's been a lot of music that's been made through it, and it's been cool just for the connections, man.
Yeah.
And
Met a lot of people.
a lot of cool people.
It's been pretty dope. Like the way that was all like put together
Yeah.
was pretty interesting. And they put their Spotify up to too. Was it like 12K plays or something like that?
Yeah, it was a good
for
amount.
the entire thing. So it was a good amount, and we got added to like 1,400 playlists.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's really good.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
It's good
cool.
little exposure.
It was,
Yeah.
it was some nice exposure, but we also met people that we like legitimately fuck with.
Exactly. Which is the best, honestly, the best part
Because
to
music
me.
comes from that. Like if you want try and force it, it's not gonna work. But
Yeah.
when you have that like rapport with those people and like that you're bouncing off of each
Yeah.
other's ideas, it just comes naturally.
Yeah, at this point, like I send my shit to Stu sometimes early just for him to listen and get his opinion on it. Like
Yeah.
I'm still in the server. We're all still in the server, and I haven't even been submitting that much to anymore because we're working on our solo shit. But it's cool because there's no pressure. Like Stu's not hitting me up like, yo, you need to submit to some beats. Like, you know, whenever I feel like coming back in and submitting, that's cool with me. Like, and he wants it to be a revolving door of people constantly submitting, people going through waves of submitting and working on their personal shit. And, you know, I put a lot of work in at the beginning, recorded a fucking lot. So yeah, it's just a really cool idea and project. And I do encourage people to check out those projects that we've dropped through the Never Ending Mixtape because some good songs on there.
Yeah.
A lot of good songs on there.
All right, now to get into some real deep shit. What does music mean to you?
Wow.
How much time do we have?
Yeah.
Well, because I know you.
Not enough.
I know you said that earlier. You said it like just came out of you. Oh no, I'll do this forever. I'll never stop making music. And that's when I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, these guys are different.
It's like our lifeblood.
Yeah, I grew up around music. My mom loves music. I listened to all types of different music, and then until I got to the point where I started making it. And I just know I will, because how many times we've stopped, it just keeps like sucking me back in. So whether it's like for that end goal of like, you know, being one of those guys up there, or just expressing myself or like getting venting, or that's the only way I know how, really. So yeah, music means a lot to me. It's been there my entire life.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's our diary, it's our expression, it's everything, man. Like, and music, like as far as listening to music and enjoying it, like I've always, and all of us have always, like, I pay attention to so much in every song. I pay attention to the details in the mix. I pay attention to the details in the lyrics, to the details in the beat, like to the reasoning that the album is ordered the way it is. Like, you know, I love the craft of it, and I love the effort that people put into it, and I love the competitive side of it, which is also part of it for us. I love competing, and I'm not a baller. You know, I play ball on the weekends occasionally, but
the triple threat king.
yeah. But I love the competitive aspect of rapping, and I love the artistic side of it, obviously, because you can do anything on the mic, you know. So yeah, it's fucking everything. Like,
Literally.
I can't imagine like living without music.
You imagine life without music, bro? That's depressing.
Hell no, I don't ride bike without music.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Go to
any
work.
any activity, and there's a fan for every type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a, what do you call it? There's a,
but there's like a different connection, like when you guys make, because you guys make music. Not only do you make music, but you have to like bring concepts and ideas to life. Like you said,
yeah, we listen to music differently.
Exactly.
I think it's rare for people to listen to music the way we do.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't make it and who doesn't care about it the way we do probably doesn't listen to it in the same way we do. And I don't even mean that as an insult. Music is meant to be enjoyed however you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish that I didn't pay as much attention to the music as I do, because sometimes I'll find myself not wanting to listen to an album unless I know that I can dedicate 100% of my attention to the album at the moment. Because like when a new album drops by an artist I'm interested in, I'm not playing games when I listen to the album. I'm not walking around the house when I listen to the album. I'm sitting down on my desk just listening to each song of the album. Like, just that's it. Because if I'm doing something else, I feel like I'm not paying attention. Like, and they did everything they did on those songs for a reason and put them out for a reason. Because every artist, for the most part, is like us. They probably have a huge backlog of songs that they haven't put out. So if they chose to put out those 12, there was a purpose behind it and something they wanted to say or something they wanted to express. And like, I feel like I'm doing them a disservice if I don't fully listen and catch everything. Yeah. Obviously, once I hear, you know, after I've heard it, then I could just put it on in the background eventually. But like,
yeah.
I'll tell people in the car, like, yo, wait up. Like, listen, like, the song, like, there's a crazy verse right now. Like, you got to chill.
Yeah.
So we'll end on this note. 1 second, hold up. You guys have been in and out of music a lot in the past. So for like an artist that wants to get back in, somebody that has maybe like the passion that you guys have, but maybe doesn't have the support group like a Lou Grave, you know, Aliosha, Trip C next to them to motivate them to get back and pick up the mic. Like, what's your what's your advice for another artist who's like on the, you know, they have the passion, but they're on the tiptoe of in and out?
Damn. I don't know. You want to take that, or I can? I mean, it's hard to say.
I'd say that one of the most important parts with any passion project you're doing is you can't just be doing it for the money.
Definitely.
You can't get into music thinking you're going to make it rich. I mean, you can hope, but you have to love it. Yeah. That's for sure. If you don't love it, then you're wasting your time, because one, the listeners are going to know that you don't love it, and two, unless you're doing, it's a lot of work. It's either a lot of work and a lot of money, or both, to do it. You know, at the end of the day, you have to buy the beats. If you're not mixing it yourself, which takes a lot of time, you're paying someone to mix it, which takes a lot of money. So like, there's a lot of negatives.
One thing I can say is try to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, try to learn to mix if you can. Try to learn to make beats if you can afford to buy or lease them. You know, I mean, you're gonna write your own stuff, but like, try to get your microphone and stuff. Like, doing, you know, relying on other people, they're gonna charge you. It's like anything; they charge you for services. So, yeah, if you try your best, if you have that passion, and you really want to get into it, you try your best to like learn to do it on your own.
Yeah, that's really all it is, man. And just keep fucking at it, and have a close group of people you could trust that can give you real opinions on shit, because it's important. I mean, you gotta trust your gut sometimes, but it also helps just to have some people that you can bounce something off of as like your safety check. Like, is this good? Is this all right? Like, am I onto something, you know? Because if not, you can get too in your own head. There's been a million times where each of us have sent something we're like, I don't know about this. And it's like, no, there's something there. Yeah. Like, there's something there, keep going. And eventually something gets dug out of it, you know? So it's hard to do it by yourself completely, but you definitely, just gotta love it too, man. You gotta love it.
Perfect. All right, so here's a freestyle part. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, guys. That is your camera to look into and promo your shit, your Instagram, you know, wherever the people can find you, and your latest projects.
Yo, listen close. I want to freestyle. No, I'm not.
If you can, yo, go ahead. I
need the beats to carry me. Instagram,
Hot 97.
Instagram, King Aliosha. Same thing for Twitter, even though I don't use it. Artist name, Apple Music, Spotify, where else? YouTube, anywhere. Just Aliosha.
All of the streaming services.
Yep.
Stream Nothing Was Given.
Yep. Nothing was given, big baby.
For me, Instagram, Trip is Ghost. I don't even know what my Twitter is. Don't use it. So, yeah. On every streaming service, I'm Trip C, TRIPC. It's pretty easy. Like Pimp C, but Trip. Still Tripping came out earlier this year. Ghost Stories came out earlier this year. Dropping my third tape this year, being Boogeyman. It's probably my favorite out of the three, and I'm not just saying that for promo reasons.
It's also my favorite from the thing.
Yeah, but run up Boogeyman, man, and let me know sincerely. Let me know what you think of the music. I love you getting feedback. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, thank y'all.
You heard it.
Guys.
Yep. You heard it here. Stream the Boogeyman, or the Boogeyman's coming for you, motherfuckers.
Exactly.